KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adayutano program. Harley-Davidson of Guam. Visit our new showroom now located on Route 8 in Mighty. IP&E Fueling Excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, the terrifying fires in California have impacted Guam as one family with island roots shares their horrific story. Plus, charges for the 7 defendants accused of beating a detainee to death have been dismissed. And a dozen Russian nationals who have declared asylum are detained. Half a day and good evening. The death toll in the California wildfires continues to climb, at least 44 dead and hundreds more missing as fire crews try to get a handle on the situation. The horrific scene also resulted in one Guam man being badly burned, his wife among those still missing. The town of Paradise in California in charred ruins, millions watching across the nation as thousands of firefighters battle the fast-moving flames.
Didn't receive any reply from my dad or my stepmom, so that's when I started to get worried. Including
Maria Rios, her father Rick, who is originally from Dedito, her stepmother Loline and her brother live in Paradise.
I noticed that there wasn't any response, and I seen that it was growing and moving at a fast pace. I was able to contact my brother, and he said the last he had spoken to them was when he left for work at about 7 o'clock.
Rios spoke with us via video call from San Antonio, Texas.
Just seeing this huge wall of fire that was coming up everywhere. I then proceeded to list my parents as missing persons there on Friday. The next day, because we still hadn't heard anything, and it was growing like crazy.
Eventually, she found out her father was rescued from the rooftop of his home. She says he was trying to put out the flames. Her stepmom separated while taking the animals down to the basement. Maria recalls finally getting the chance to speak with her dad. He is in a burn unit in Sacramento.
He just started to cry, and he said, it's gone, it's all gone. And then I was like, I know, Dad. And then he said, about my stepmom, Loline. He's like, she went to the basement. I couldn't. She went to the basement. It was too fast.
The family clinging to hope that some sign of Loline would surface. For now, her father is recovering, but that process, no doubt, isn't going to be easy.
Keep us in your thoughts and prayers. That's one of the most important things for us right now.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the Rios family and others affected by the fire out west. A campaign has been set up to help the Rios family get through this difficult time. You can find that link now on KUAM.com. Its case dismissed for now. The charges for 7 of the defendants accused in the deadly beating of detainee Edred Manson Isar at the Hagåtña detention facility last December is dismissed. Judge Anita Sokola granting the motion to dismiss the indictment this morning for detainees Marvin Retcham, Benster Benjamin, Jimmy Hadley, Aylas Simran, Isler Miller, Andrew Rios Jr., and Vincent Minicio. Defense argued a failure to afford their right to a speedy trial. It was dismissed without prejudice days after trial was already set to begin. That means the prosecutor can file the charges again. It was nearly 1 year ago detainee Isar was found unresponsive inside his cell. Multiple detainees were accused of brutally beating him before cleaning up the crime scene. The case for 3 others accused, including Jeremiah Sazaki and Albert Santos II, had been thrown out, while Jimmy Hadley pleaded out, agreeing to testify against his co-defendants. Meantime, the prosecution is reviewing the dismissal and will evaluate their next step. Another mistrial in the major drug case against Raymond Martinez and Juanita Moser. It's the second time this year that this is the result of their case after mistrial was declared back in May. The couple has been accused of trying to smuggle 8 pounds of meth from California to Guam back in 2015. Throughout the trial, defense attorneys argued that the pair had been set up, defense claiming entrapment as the prosecution's key witness, former Customs Lieutenant Henry Alvendia, was working with the feds to carry out the drug bust. The cooperation was all part of Alvendia's plea deal for a separate case. The prosecution, however, contends the couple planned the alleged operation. After a few days in deliberations, the jury just could not agree on a unanimous verdict. A defense motion was also filed under seal calling for a mistrial, alleging jurors' misconduct and bias. Despite the mistrial, the U.S. Attorney's Office plans to take the case back to court for a 3rd time. A status hearing will be set in the coming weeks. He apparently ran a red light and had an expired registration when police pulled him over, finding cocaine and meth. Leonard Borja is charged with 2 counts of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance with intent to deliver and 2 counts of drug possession. Court documents state it was during a search that the officer found a bag with a clear plastic straw containing the drug ice. The cop also found a heat-sealed cellophane containing 5 nuggets of cocaine. The suspect was taken into custody after the tests for the drugs came back positive. An indictment handed down against a former St. Anthony Catholic School finance officer, Tiffany Sablon, indicted on charges of theft as a second-degree felony. She's accused of stealing 20 grand. The money discovered missing after an audit by the Archdiocese was conducted. In response, she said she may have made a mistake when making entries into the Archdiocese finance system. Other audits show an additional $7,500 was unaccounted for. A dozen Russian nationals have come to Guam and declared asylum over the past 2 months. They were placed on immigration hold and detained. 5 have since been released and another transferred. Local tourism officials are keeping a close eye on the development. Russia Marketing Committee Chair Bart Jackson says they don't want it to impact the visa parole that makes it easier for Russian tourists to visit the territory.
I would not consider it a big number. I think that would be a mistake to think of it that way. Overall arrivals this year from Russia will be about 4,000 or 5,000. So 100 or 2 might be asylum seekers.
GVB is concerned that Guam does not become a haven for asylum seekers. That could negatively impact whether the federal government continues to grant parole authority. He says Russians are a small but potentially lucrative growth market as they tend to stay longer and spend more, but a lack of direct flights is holding them back.
And that's really what made us successful before. The opportunity for Russians to take that 5-hour flight direct from the Far East to Guam is really great. And there's still an awful lot of interest.
Jackson estimates that with direct service, the Russian market could grow to as much as 30 or 40,000 visitors a year. Organizers of the International Miss Earth pageant post their side of the story after beauty queens, including one of Guam's own, allege a sponsor sexually harassed them. With that ongoing investigation, a club at the university is honoring Miss Earth Guam's courage for speaking out. Carmen Chalahi has the story.
According to a group of students, her post on social media was brave. Ashley Babauta, president of UOG's Public Administration and Legal Studies Club, says they're planning to present Miss Earth Guam 2018, Emma May Sheedy, with the Courage Award.
For her to take the courage to speak out against accusations like this, it's very commendable for her because most women her age or most women going through these kinds of things, they don't speak out.
This comes after Sheedy publicly shared her story, naming pageant sponsor Amado S. Cruz, who she claims sexually harassed her and at least 2 other beauty contestants. Accusations that in a phone interview with ABS-CBN News, Cruz denies. The International Miss Earth organization also posted on social media claiming they took action at the pageant and banned the perpetrator from events, saying organizers, quote, were ready to support the 2 women in any action against the individual, but unfortunately, instead of working together, they opted to go to social media, end quote. Adding that Miss Earth, quote, has always and continues to look after the safety, security, and welfare of its candidates. Emma's post on Instagram so far has received over 2,000 likes. Ashley says that this post has inspired other women to speak out.
Things like this happen every day in the world. We can't control when they happen, but we can control how we prevent them. It empowered a lot of women like myself to be able to speak out about what makes them uncomfortable, what they feel is wrong, and at least give them a little bit more confidence to use their voice.
Meantime, the investigation is still ongoing. Frank Santos with the local Miss Earth Guam chapter says they forwarded Emma's statement to organizers in the Philippines. Reporting for Guam News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Chalahi.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
we are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you. Federal employees and annuitants enroll today.
These are our islands, and this is our Laddystone. This is what we stand for and who we are. For more than 35 years, we delivered connections that matter throughout the Marianas. First, via radio link, then by fiber optic cable. We launched the region's first 4G LTE network and continue to make our network faster and stronger. Telecommunications changed the way our islands interact with the world, but not the heart behind those interactions. IT&E. Explore your world.
The Autism Community Together of Guam is a support group for individuals with autism spectrum disorders and their families. We are a group of parents and caregivers who have children with autism spectrum disorders and understand the joys and challenges in raising them. To learn more about ACT or to join our family, call Joe Bloss at 687-1284. Send an email to autismcommunityguam@gmail.com or visit us at Autism Community Together on Facebook.
Chuck E. Cheese's Guam is not all fun and games. Our pizza is delicious with the freshest toppings, oven-baked to order. Try the fresh salad bar, sandwiches, and don't forget our mouth-watering wings. Come and eat at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Welcome back. A transition into a Lou and Josh administration has begun with the appointment of a transition team chair for the winning gubernatorial team. Chris Barnett sits down with Dr. Mary Okada to find out what the transition team will be looking into.
Lou and Josh transition team chair Dr. Mary Okada tells KUAM News the Leon Guerrero Tenorio gubernatorial transition team will hit the ground running, but only after general election results are certified, which is expected to happen next Friday. After that, Okada and transition co-chair Dr. Laura Souter will be making the rounds.
We'll take a look at the government budgets, what the organization's budgets are, what the current staffing patterns are, and then have conversations with the current administrators.
Okada saying her position as transition chair is a public service and she won't be leaving the Guam Community College, where she has served as president since 2007. Both Governor-elect Leon Guerrero and Okada served as founding members of the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce. Okada said when Lou Leon Guerrero reached out to her, the answer was simple.
I really look up to her, and so I was really humbled when she asked.
While Leon Guerrero defeated sitting Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio in a contentious campaign, Okada remains optimistic that certification of election results will thaw relations between the outgoing Calvo Tenorio administration and the incoming Lou and Josh team.
I anticipate that it will be a smooth transition.
Now, after 8 years of Calvo Tenorio, there are plenty of familiar faces at Adelup. We asked Okada if Lou and Josh would be keeping any of the political hires who worked under Calvo Tenorio.
No, we've not had that discussion.
And what about Lou and Josh's cabinet? Who will Lou and Josh put in charge of running the GovGuam agencies they criticized during the campaign?
There's not been any discussion as to particular individuals that will lead particular agencies.
Traditionally, cabinet and agency leaders are comprised of key members of the winning gubernatorial team's campaign, but Okada said Lou and Josh are still trying to figure out who to put where.
It would be too early right now. So we're just starting to formulate our process, and there will be a separate process for vetting applications for those positions.
So does that mean any average Joe or Josefa Cruz can apply for a director position in a Lou and Josh administration?
There'll be a process that will identify, and then that would be made public as to individuals that might be interested in certain positions.
Okada said there are transition committees being formed that will help look at budget shortfalls, staffing, salaries, and underperforming areas in the Calvo Tenorio administration.
After we obtain all of this information, we really want to lay the framework for the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Thanks, Chris. CNMI Governor Ralph Torres has won re-election in a landslide over independent challenger Juan Babauta. According to CNMI Election Commission results, the Republican team of Torres and Lieutenant Governor Arnold Palacios had 7,053 votes to Babauta and running mate Rita Sablon's 4,293. A record 18,975 voters registered for the election, but the turnout for the gubernatorial race was 11,346, or just 60%. In the congressional race, incumbent Gregorio Khalili Sablon defeated Republican challenger Angel Demapan by 7,335 votes to 4,024. The results must still be certified by the Election Commission. GEC to meet on budget and complaints on the agenda for tomorrow's Guam Election Commission meeting. Election complaints and the GEC's FY19 budget. The GEC plans to ask for additional funding from the legislature to make it through the fiscal year. The GEC requested a budget of $1.8 million from senators. However, only $1.4 million was allocated to the GEC. Election complaints, one on electioneering, the other on a voter index, will also be addressed at the meeting tomorrow. Although the complaints were resolved on Election Day by the law, the GEC must formally address them in a meeting. Guam DOE is thinking about pulling public school sports out of IIAG. James Lujan, chair of GEB's Safe and Healthy Schools Committee, is asking Superintendent John Fernandez to consider returning control of interscholastic sports to Guam DOE. Fernandez agreed to start the review process, saying there are board members to clearly believe that GDOE can do a better job running interscholastics for public schools. He says they'll gather input from high school administrators, athletic directors, parents, and students. The IIAG administration confirms they're reviewing the announcement. We should note it's not the first time DOE is considering taking back control of public school sports. After school year 2016-2017, the superintendent did threaten to pull DOE out of IIAG due to a disagreement with 3-season sports schedules, which was later rescinded. Fernandez will make a decision by January. It's the first major outside the fence project to get foreign worker visa approvals in more than 2 years. While the Labor Department says the Hotel Nico decision is a big step forward, it still doesn't fully resolve private sector construction needs. Nestor Lecanto reports.
USCIS approved some 30 new H-2B visa applications for the Nico's new Subaki Tower, a private sector project, yes, but one which Alien Labor Certification Division Administrator Greg Massey says is directly tied to the military. That's because of an expected increase in visiting troops, new transfers, and contractors who all will need hotel rooms.
This is one approval for one company. We're waiting to see if there are more approvals and hopefully establish a trend. And optimistically, yeah, we hope that, it would be the beginning of maybe reaching outside the fence a little bit more.
A provision in the latest defense spending bill provides a green light for foreign labor for military projects, but local officials are fighting for a complete fix, which would be for USCIS to follow a federal court order and revert back to a policy in which H-2B visa applications for all projects were routinely approved. For the past 2 years, there have been almost no visas awarded for non-military projects. The uncertainty, says Massey, continues to have a chilling effect.
We don't have any applications pending right now for outside the fence, private sector stuff, because people are still of the mind that they're going to get denied.
Local contractors have filed a contempt motion against USCIS, and until the legal issues are resolved, local officials still see it as a big drag on the economy.
We should be booming right now, and we're not really seeing it boom as we should. So that's kind of the effect. It's not all about bringing in a bunch of foreigners. It's about contractors having the capability to engage in projects that are larger than they normally would be able to do.
Curiously enough, local contractor JMI, a party in the lawsuit, also received approval for 20 workers. Massey's hoping it's a sign of more approvals to come. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Well, sports is next, but first, a look at your island weather.
Join the thousands who switched to GTA's handset payment option.
Now I can get the freshest new phone at any time.
My payments are based on my finances.
No more contracts for me. It's time to get the phone I want when I want it. With HBO, I get to choose.
Call or visit GTA today to learn more about HBO, the most customizable phone plan on island. Only at GTA.
How easy is it to earn reward points using the Alpha Plus app? Here, let me show you. Simply register with the all-new Alpha Plus app and earn reward points while making purchases at your favorite stores you already shop at. Just present the app to any authorized representative to earn your points. Now that was easy. Alpha Plus, make every day a plus.
Everyone saves money on Black Friday, but at Cars Plus in Mighty, you can save all month long during our Black Friday sales event. Right now, save up to $10,500 on a new Ram 1500, or save up to $6,000 on a new Chrysler 300. How about a new Chrysler Pacifica? Save up to $4,000. Buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you'll get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Get great deals all month during Cars Plus Black Friday sales event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports, brought to you by Triple J. We get the show started tonight with basketball highlights from the Shirley's Basketball League. MVP Aces taking on KFC for this year's championship. Check it out. KFC's Sean O'Hara outruns the defense and gets the basket for the uncontested shot for two of his team-high 11 points. Jared Connolly with the three-pointer from the corner drops in for the Aces. KFC with the quick inbound pass down court. TK Irwin pulls up for the three. All net, he finished the game with 6 points. Darren Hetchanova with the pass to Michael Min, who attacks the rim going up and under to avoid the block. KFC with the steal on defense. Jamie Superna going coast to coast. Layups good. 6 on the night for Superna. Lily Baranda with the assist to Michael Min. Pull up three. Money. Game high 24 points for Min. MVP defeated KFC 54-51. Gerard Jones added 10 in the win for the Aces. Gino Solik with 4 in the loss for KFC. The St. Paul Warriors at home against the Cougars. Naya Seguenza misses on the shot attempt, but stays with it and gets the putback to go for 2 points. Seguenza comes up with the loose ball. Nice pass to Isla Kanata, who draws contact on the play for the foul and the basket. Mika Bumagat driving, almost loses possession. Pass to Oriana Sevilla, who attacks the basket, going window for the score. Tight game after the first quarter. Mia St. Nicholas powers her way up in between two defenders for the basket and one. Free throw attempt was good. Janelise Quintanilla fighting for the ball, keeps it in play, dishes it off to Naya Seguenza. Shot falls for 2 and the whistle. 3-point play the long way. Mika Chalahi working on the defender, goes baseline and hits, barely getting it to go over Seguenza, who is defending. Warriors stay undefeated on the season with the 66-37 win. The loss is Academy's second of the year. Jasmine Samante with the high arcing shot here in the win. Noah Timeglow's 213-203 win was good enough to defeat top seed Jeremiah Camacho for the Guam Youth Bowler of the Month competition held at Central Lanes Bowling Center. With the win, Timeglow ties Camacho's 3 titles for the year and holds on to pole position going into the grand finale on December 9th. The top 16 bowlers from the year-round events move on to the grand finals. Top 5 currently are Noah Timeglow, Jeremiah Camacho, Frank Manabusin, Evan Duenas, and Jacelyn Espiritu. Now for some programming news. Monday, November 19th, 4 in the morning, NFL on CBS, Houston at Washington. Keep it locked to the station of KUAM, KUAM TV 8, 11:15 in the morning, NBC Sunday Night Football, Vikings at the Bears. Then on Friday, November 23rd, early morning game, 3:30 a.m., NFL on CBS, KUAM TV 11, Chicago at Detroit. Then at 11:15 a.m., NBC Sunday Night Football, KUAM TV 8, the Falcons.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Más. MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
Now is the time to buy at Triple J. The best deals of the year and a chance to get some extra cash in our Grab the Dough and Go promotion. Get 30 seconds at our money machine to grab all you can and take the cash or apply to the cost of any new or used vehicle purchase. Plus our best pricing on all Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $137 per paycheck and used cars as low as $85 per paycheck. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
What if our entire community came together to give? Imagine what we could do.
From young to old, across cultures and all walks of life, people come together on Giving Tuesday for one common purpose: to do good.
The KUAM Care Force is once again joining hundreds of countries and millions of people around the world in the Giving Tuesday global movement.
We invite you to join us in representing our island on this Global Day of Giving on Tuesday, November 27th, in supporting important causes, volunteering, and doing what we can to give.
Any act, big or small, can inspire action and make a difference.
Your gifts of time, money, goods, or acts of kindness show your support of our community and what makes it a great place to live.
There are many ways to give and countless reasons why, but every single act of generosity counts, and each means more when we give together.
The KUAM Care Force invites you to join us in creating your own Giving Tuesday tradition on November 27th. Follow us on Instagram and email careforce@kuam.com if you'd like to learn more.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shoutouts from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday to everyone this November 14th. Michael San Miguel Blas, happy birthday to my sweetheart Michael. Lots of love, hugs, Reese's, sweethearts, and Skittles. Love you forever, always, Jan. Benedict Joseph Canazzo, happy birthday going out to you. We would like to wish our youngest son a very happy birthday with many more years to come, and have a blessed birthday with love, Mom, Dad, and your two sisters, Janessa and Jarina, and their family. Also a very special happy birthday to KUAM kid, my very own Quinn Jace Delgado. Happy birthday, little man. We love you.
And remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Just register online on KUAM.com. Be sure to include your photo, your name, and your birthday. And that's your primetime newscast. Stay tuned. Extras next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by